So you can see in this block diagram of feedback amplifier, there is a certain elements like signal source, comparator, mixer or uh, comparator or mixer network, basic amplifier, forward basic amplifier with the forward transfer gain A, as well as sampling network and the feedback network. Okay, and we have started to discuss one by one these blocks. So yesterday we have discussed about the signal source, what type of the uh, elements would be used as a signal source, and we have seen the two types of the different signal source network. One is a Thevenin's network, another is the Norton's network. After that, we have entered to the comparator or mixer network. So today we would be discussed from this point, comparator or mixer network. So there are the two very common mixer networks used in the feedback amplifier to mix the input signal and the feedback signal. So first kind of the mixing network is called the series mixing. So in the series mixing, what happens? It is used to compare the signal source Vs and the feedback signal Vs. The amplifier input signal Vi is proportional to the difference between Vs and Vf. Okay, so you can understood with the help of this diagram. All of you have please draw this diagram of the mixer network. So this is the first one. If you have to see, I have to be given a partition from the red line. The left hand side of this partition is the series mixing. It is an example of the series mixing. So this is the example of series mixing. So you can see here, actually mixing is generally performed in the input network of the circuit or amplifier. So here you can see that this is a mixer. This is your source. Here it is shown as a Thevenin's equivalent circuit Vs in series with the Rs. This is a signal source, and this is the block that indicate the mixing network. You can say it is a mixing network or comparator. You can say, and this is the basic amplifier. It is basic amplifier. We have not shown the output network. It is not required here because we are discussing about the mixing. It is only performed on the input network. So if you have to perform this in the input network of the series mixing, you can see the input voltage source is in series with the feedback network. This is your feedback network, this block. So it is in series with the feedback network. So the output of the feedback network is a Vf, feedback voltage, and input or signal voltage, you can say it is a Vs, and it is mixed in a series pattern. So what happens? You can say the output point of the port of this feedback network is connected to the one of the port of the input network Vs, and the another port would be connected to the resistor as it is, and one of the port is connected to the amplifier. So in this way, whatever the mixing is, this would be create a loop, and generally in the loop it would be like a series mixing. So what happens? Whatever the difference voltage here Vi, so Vi, when you do the series mixing, so Vi would be equal to what? Vs minus Vf. Why we have taken minus? Because it is a negative polarity is there and it is a positive. So Vs minus Vf, that is your input voltage to the amplifier. And this signal Vi is referred as a difference signal here. So generally difference signal would be always available as input to the basic amplifier in feedback network, and this is called the series mixing. But second kind of the mixing is that you can see on the right hand side, that is you can say it is as a shunt mixing. In this particular network you can easily see that the signal source Is, here we have taken a Norton equivalent circuit. So signal source is here current source Is and parallel resistor source resistance, So now the signal source IS and the feedback current, because we are talking about the current parameter. So this is the feedback current. So you can see easily from this particular diagram of shunt mixing, your signal source IS is in parallel with the feedback network. So one of the port is connected to the one of the end of the current source, another port is connected to the another end of the current source. And this is the arrangement actually reflecting that there is a parallel connection. So feedback network is connected parallelly with the signal source. So here IS and you can say the IS would be in the parallel. So whatever the input current is available, that is a result of this shunt mixing. Okay, so you can see here IS current is available to this particular node in the shunt mixer, and this current would be divided into the two parts. One part is II, that is available to the input of the basic amplifier, and another part is available to the feedback going towards the feedback network. Okay, so in this way current has been divided into two parts. So II is what? Basically here II, it is equal to again a difference of IS minus IS. Okay, so this is the diagram shows actually it is one of the example of the negative feedback. That's why this subtraction sign you have seen. So this is the way that we have to be mix up the feedback signal, either it is a voltage signal or the current signal, and this is the two way that current series mixer or shunt mixer. Okay, you can interchange the parameters also. In the series mixer you can show the current parameter, you can also show, like, this is the way we have to be written time to time as per the type of feedback we would be using. Okay, now we have to be moved to the third block, that is your basic amplifier. And in the case of basic amplifier, we know that so basic amplifier is one of the important part of the feedback amplifier, and the circuit amplifies the different signal that results from the comparison, and this process is responsible for the desensitivity and control of the output in a feedback system. So basically it is a open loop amplifier system we are used as a basic amplifier. Okay, and this circuit amplifier circuit is consist of the active devices like MOSFET, BJT or op-amp. This kind of the active devices would be used to construct this basic amplifier. So it would be take as a different signal as input, and whatever the amplification factor is there in the amplifier network, that would be multiplied with this different signal, and resultant signal would be an amplified signal. Okay, so this would be, if you have to be want to see the block, this is the diagram. You can see this is the section where we have to be show the basic amplifier that is having the gain of A. Now back to this section. Now the fourth one is what? Sampling network. Sampling network, like mixer network is related to the input network. Now the sampling network is shown on the output side of the circuitry. It is available to the output network of the circuitry. So if you have to be see again, like the mixing, there is a two types of mixing, series and shunt. There is a two types of the sampling also. One is called the voltage sampling, another is called the current sampling, because these are the two main parameters we have to be considered throughout the discussion. So here you have to be see here two sampling blocks are shown. First in this 2.29a, where we have to be show the example of the voltage sampling. So how to perform the voltage sampling, or it is also called as another name of the voltage sampling is called the node sampling. So how it would be performed, you can see here we have only shown the output network of this block diagram. So output of the basic amplifier is available to the load resistor, across which we have to be calculate the output voltage V0 and either the or maybe a output current I0. And in the feedback area there is a feedback network that having the ratio of the beta Now we have to see how to perform this voltage sampling. To perform the to sample the output voltage, what we have to be do? We have to be connect the port of the feedback network in parallel to the output network. So the one of the port is connected to this lower end, another is connected to this upper end. In this way, you can see that the feedback network is in parallel with the output load or the load resistor or output network. So in this way, what happens in these node connections, when you have to connect the feedback network like this node, the output as a voltage signal, because in the parallel we always measure the voltage, in the series we measure the current. So this voltage signal would be fed back some amount of voltage signal. What is the voltage signal? You can say some amount of V0 would be some amount of V0 would be available here like this. Positive node is here and negative node is here. So some amount of output voltage would be available to the input of this feedback network. Okay, and at the output of this in the feedback network there is a maybe a resistive network, maybe a capacitive, maybe inductive, or maybe a combination of this. Here you have to be finally available the feedback voltage. Okay, so basically beta into V0 is equal to your VF feedback voltage here. So this a small amount of output voltage would be again feedback to the through the feedback network to the input network of the amplifier. So in this way we have to be do the voltage sampling when we have to be connect the feedback network in parallel with the load resistor. Now another kind of the sampling is called the current sampling or loop sampling. It is possible when you have to be connect your ports of the feedback network in series with the load resistor. This is also called as a loop sampling. So when you have to be connect in series, it would be make a structure of the loop. So what happens here, the current amplifier that would be produced, you can say the output of the amplifier, there is a current signal. Okay, and here this current signal would be flow this RL, and because of this loop connection, what happens is I0 would be fed back through this loop towards the feedback network, and through this feedback network it would be available to the input section of the amplifier. So whenever you have to be connect feedback network in this way, means you have to be making a loop, so it would be become a current sampling. Okay, now I hope you would be clear the idea, and the diagram would be give you more better clearance of this idea of sampling. Now the last point of this particular feedback amplifier is that feedback network. So if you have to be see, feedback network is basically a two-port network which may contain the resistor, capacitor, and inductor. This is very important. Generally in the feedback network we use the passive devices, not the active devices. So passive devices are what? Resistor, capacitor, inductor. Okay, and whatever the discussion we have to be going to perform in this particular chapter, we would be restrict our feedback network up to the resistor only for the negative feedback. Okay, so in most of the cases we use the resistive configuration. You can see the feedback network once again through this block diagram. So this is the feedback network that is having the passive devices. Okay, and the feedback factor is basically a beta, that is a ratio of the feedback voltage and output voltage, or feedback current and output current. Okay, now this is the whole description of this feedback amplifier. Now we have to be see what is the advantage and disadvantage of. Okay, throughout the discussion we have not cleared the idea that we are discussing the positive feedback or negative feedback. But basically, if you have to we want to see the types of feedback, there are basically two types of feedback. One is called the positive feedback, another is called the negative feedback. So here we would be mostly discuss the negative feedback, and in the oscillator section we would be discuss the positive feedback. But I would be just give a little bit idea orally. What is the positive feedback? If original input signal and the feedback signal are in phase, this if the connection is like this, so this kind of feedback is called the positive feedback. Means when the input signal and feedback signal are in phase, then it is called the positive feedback. So what is the effect of this in phase connection? The net effect of this kind of feedback is that it would be increase the magnitude of input signal. That's why positive feedback is also called as a regenerative feedback, because it would be increase the value or level of the input signal. It would be increase the input level of input signal means it would be increase the overall gain, means your output signal would be also increasing. That's why it is called the regenerative. But the drawback is that it would be make your system unstable. That's why in any amplifier we have not used positive feedback. But if you have to see the another type of feedback, that is negative feedback. So how you identify it is a negative feedback? If the net effect of feedback is to reduce the magnitude of the input signal, this is called a negative feedback. Means here your input signal and feedback signal are out of phase, 180 degree out of phase. And because of this negative feedback, what happens? Your level of the input signal would be decreased. And as the level of input signal is decreased, means your overall gain would be also decreased, output signal value would be also decreased. So here gain would be decreases, but stability would be increased. So this is the some difference between the positive and negative feedback. So one is providing you the better gain, another is providing the stability. So here we are going to discuss the negative feedback from now. So we have to see what are the advantage and disadvantage of this negative feedback. Okay. So first we have to discuss the advantages. So what are the advantages of this negative feedback? You have to see. First is gain sensitivity. Variation in circuit transfer function or gain as a result of changes in the transistor parameters are reduced by the feedback. And this reduction in sensitivity is one of the most attractive feature of the negative feedback. Means what? As we know that amplifier is made up of the active devices or transistors. Okay. So when the circuit transfer function or gain would be changed because of the change in the transistor parameters, so overall what effect is that your gain would be reduces. Means your sensitivity would be reduced. And this is the one of the most attractive feature of your negative feedback. In the negative feedback, always gain decreases. If gain would be decreased, then what is the another end? If you have to see the second benefit, bandwidth extension. Gain decreases, bandwidth increases. The bandwidth of the circuit that incorporates the negative feedback is larger than the bandwidth of the circuit which do not having the feedback signal. So always a feedback amplifier has a larger bandwidth as compared to the basic amplifier. So we would be get a better bandwidth or larger bandwidth when we apply the negative feedback. Third advantage is what? Noise sensitivity. Negative feedback may increase the signal to noise ratio if noise is generated within this feedback loop. So signal to noise ratio would be improved, means the system would be become more immune to the noise. It could be resist the noise far better than the basic amplifier. Fourth benefit is that reduction of the non-linear distortion. We know that all active devices having the some non-linear characteristics, mainly the transistor we are using as a active devices in the amplifier. So this transistor is having the non-linear characteristics, and because of this non-linear characteristics, what happens? Distortion would be occur in the output signal, especially when you would be apply the large signal in the input. So negative feedback would be reduce this distortion. This is the fourth advantage of the negative feedback. And the fifth advantage is what? Control of the impedance level. So the input and output impedances can be increased, can be decreased with proper type of negative feedback. So we would be discussed further. There is a 4 types of negative feedback, and according to the topology, your input resistance would be increases or decreases, your output resistance would be increases or decreases. So this is the another benefit of the negative feedback. We can vary the value of input and output resistances or impedance as per our application. So these are the 5 major advantages of the negative feedback. We are going to discuss further in detail. But there is one disadvantage also. There is only one disadvantage having the negative feedback, and this is the circuit gain. So overall amplifier gain with negative feedback is reduced compared to the basic amplifier used in the circuit. So if you would apply a negative feedback to a basic amplifier, its overall gain would be reduces. This is the one of the disadvantage. Otherwise, it is all having the advantages. Okay. So we would be now move to the next topic, but before that topic, I would be want to say you that I am activated the chat box for your attendance. So you have only 5 minutes to enter your attendance. After that, I would be disable this. Okay. Now we have to be moved to this particular topic. Next topic is what? Schematic representation of single loop feedback amplifier. So I request all of you, please draw this block diagram. This is the schematic representation of the single loop feedback amplifier. Again, this section has been taken from the Millman Healthcare book, Integrated Electronics by the Millman Healthcare. So you can see that this is the schematic representation of the block diagram of the feedback amplifier that we have already discussed today. So in the input section, you can easily see this is the mixer network. You can say it is a mixer network, and output of the mixer network is a difference signal. That difference signal is acting as an input to the basic amplifier. Basic amplifier having the gain A, and this output of the basic amplifier is available to the load resistor here, and this some amount of output signal would be fed back to the feedback network having the passive devices and the reverse transmission ratio of beta, and the output of the feedback network feedback signal XF would be available to the comparator or mixer network. Here we are not talking that it is a voltage mixing, series mixing or shunt mixing. It is a voltage sampling or current sampling. We have to be generalize this discussion. Irrespective of the current or voltage signal, we would be going to generalize this discussion. Okay, we would only use the term of the input signal, output signal, feedback signal, difference signal, like this. And that's why we have used a variable here, that is capital X. So XS is signal, input signal you can say, generated by the signal source. XD is the difference signal of XS minus XF. XF is a feedback signal. XI is a input signal or a difference signal available to the basic amplifier. X0 is the output signal, that is a amplified version of the input signal. RL is a load resistance. So I hope all of you have drawn this diagram, because on the basis of that the further discussion would be based. Okay. Only 35 have student have entered your attendance. Quick, fast. Now we have to see the analysis of this schematic representation of single loop feedback amplifier. So if you have to see, first of all, I have going to define the signals. Xs is source signal. It may be a voltage or a current. Xi is the input signal. It is also may be a voltage or a current. X0 is output signal. It may be also a voltage or a current. Xf is a feedback signal. It is again a voltage or a current. Xd is a difference signal. Again, it is a voltage or a current. Beta is the feedback ratio. So these are the important variables that we have to be used for the further analysis. Okay. Now we are going to refer the comparator of mixer of the schematic. What would be obtained? If you remember the diagram, XD, that is your difference signal. Difference signal is equal to what? Source signal minus feedback signal. That is equivalent to the input signal available to the basic amplifier. This is equation number 1. If no one is remember, then please refer the diagram again. See, here we have to be referring this mixer network, and the output of the mixer network is a difference signal XD, that is equivalent to the XS minus XF, and it is also equal to the XI. Okay. So XD is what? XD is basically a difference signal. XD is basically a do not discuss, be silent.
बोर्ड नसेल पुढच्या वेळेस तुम्हाला कुठे आहे शाळेला.
Okay, so XD represent the difference between the applied signal and the feedback signal. That's why it is XD is called as a difference. It has a different names. You can refer it as a difference signal or error signal or a comparative signal, whatever. There are different names in the literature. Now we have to find out the expression for the beta, reverse transmission factor beta, that is defined as the ratio of feedback signal and output signal. This is the equation number 2. So the factor beta is often a, basically it is a positive number. You have to be again remember this thing. It may be often a positive or a negative real number. It could be a positive or negative, but it should be a real number. And in general, beta is a complex function of signal frequency also. Generally here we have to be only consider the resistive network. That's why it is a number. But if it is a capacitor as a feedback element or a inductor is a feedback element, so we have to be consider the frequency also one of the function of this beta. Beta would be a function of the frequency there. So these are the 2 equations. Now we have to further move. The symbol X0 is output voltage or output current, and the transfer gain of basic amplifier without feedback is A. It is defined as what? X0 upon Xi. This is equation number 3. Now after defining equation 1, 2 and 3, what we have to do here? We would be substitute the equation 1 and 2 into equation number 3. So equation 1 is what? Difference signal equation. Equation 2 is what? The equation for the beta, and both would be substituted in the equation number. Both would be substituted in the equation number what? 3. So we obtain a transfer gain of basic amplifier with feedback. That is called the AF. That is called the AF, and we would be obtain the equation of AF is equal to what? X naught upon XS. That is equal to gain A. It is a gain of amplifier without feedback. Okay, gain A upon 1 plus beta A. Equation number 4 is very important equation. All of you please note it down. The basic amplifier, transfer gain of the basic amplifier with feedback AF is A upon 1 plus beta A. And here we are using a negative feedback, that's why it is a plus sign. If it is a positive feedback, then this equation would be become A upon 1 minus beta A. So for positive feedback, there is a different equation. For negative feedback, there is a different equation. Okay. So everyone clear that how this equation has been generated? Anyone has any doubt? It is very simple. If you have to be going to derive this equation, it is very simple. You can easily derive. AF is what? X naught upon XS. That is your AF. Means X naught upon Xi into Xi upon XS. You have to just multiply the Xi on the numerator and denominator. So X naught upon Xi is what? A. And here another term is Xi upon Xs. Okay. So it is, you can reversely say it as Xs upon Xi. Xs upon Xi. So what it means? Xs upon Xi, you can say it as a Xs upon Xi is, Xs is what? We have defined the difference signal Xs minus Xs, or Xi is defined as what? Xs minus Xs. Okay. So you can write this as what is here? Xs upon Xs minus Xs, divide by Xs in the numerator and denominator, it would be 1 upon 1 minus X of S upon Xs. Okay. So it would be further 1 minus Xf upon Xi leave this type of calculation, it would be a little bit lengthy. Instead of that, you have to be go with a simple calculation. Simply AF is equal to what? If you have to be see the simple calculation, it is instead of going to that much complexity, you can use here where it would be give the proper space. Yes, this is the space. Okay. AF is equal to X naught upon XS Simply you have to write x naught upon xs is what? It is xi plus xf. We have already defined the xt is equal to xs minus xf, that is equal to xi. So xs could be written as a xi plus xf. Now you have to be divide the numerator and denominator by the xi. So you would be get 1 plus xf upon xi. X naught upon xi is what? A, and it would be what? Xf upon xi having no relationship. So we have to be certain term either would be add or omit. So here we would be just multiply this denominator term xf upon x naught into x naught upon xi. So you have to just multiply the x naught in the numerator and denominator of this. So AF would be become what? A upon 1 plus. What is this term? XF upon X naught. This is a beta. We have already defined the beta from the equation 2. And this is X naught upon Xi. This is defined by the equation A3A. So it would become AF is equal to A upon 1 plus beta A. Instead of going that complex procedure, here this is a simple one. Okay. So I hope all of you have understood this. So here there is a one of the important term, that is the beta. Beta is what? It is a feedback factor. Okay, and its value would be always lies in between the 0 to 1. It is a real number and it would be between 0 to 1, and it is independent of load and source resistance. These are the some features of the beta. Now we have to be analyze this result. If amplitude of the AF would be less than A, the feedback is negative or degenerative. If amplitude of AF is greater than A, it is positive or regenerative. Okay. Thank you all of you for attending the lecture. Thank you all of you.